Hello, everybody. Today is Friday, and that means we're doing horror trivia and other dark games. Although I think more people have been wanting to do the bizarre trivia game. So let me wait for our Amazon Live audience to pop on by. But you can, oh dear, I hope I'm not in the wrong place. Oh no, I'm fine. But what you can do if you're over on our socials on YouTube or whatever, you can join us on amazon.com/live/dark side of the library. It's a lot easier to kind of talk and do that kind of stuff. And you can see the games we're actually playing. So that's also a bonus. And for those of you that are on Amazon currently, make sure to check us out at Dark Side of the Library on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and we do have a podcast as well for this specific thing. We definitely focus more on novels. So nobody is here quite yet, but I will showcase this Trivial Pursuit game until people start showing up. But I will be doing the questions out of this particular deck. It's a bizarre trivia question deck, and it's multiple choice. It's a lot easier. But the Trivial Pursuit game is really fun. It's really tough. So I wanted to showcase it in case somebody over on Amazon Live is a super horror junkie. So there's 1,800 questions, and it spans from movies, literature, I mean, almost everything, which is really cool. Video games. It's a pretty large box set. The questions are really hard. Even people who are really like avid horror fans might have a hard time with this one. So here's what it looks like. Let me get the map out of here and I'll show you some. I mean, it's a pretty large Trivial Pursuit game. Pretty fun. But here is what our questions encompass. We have monster, paranormal, psychological, disturbing, and gore, slasher, and comedy, which is perfect. I love horror comedy. It's one of my favorites. So I will write down. We'll move on to some easier games with multiple choice questions. Feel free to comment and let us know if you do know the answer. Even if you don't know the answer, it's fine. But I'll just start off with some of these questions from the Trivial Pursuit game. I'll write it down because sometimes I mispronounce things. Let me write it out for you. But again, some of these are really, really, really tough. Okay, so my first question is, what medical procedure does La Femme try to perform using scissors in Inside? This is a French film. I've never seen it before. It's from 2007. Oh, goodness. Why did I start with this? If anybody knows the answer, please write it down. I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to sift through some of these. I didn't do that earlier. I should have. I apologize. I hope we get some of our people here who usually play trivia with me, because then we'll have a pretty awesome thing going on. Okay, here's something a little less gory, I guess. Okay, so which Insidious sequel did James Wan not direct? Let me write this one down. So which Insidious, oh my goodness, okay, Insidious sequel did James, oh my goodness, I spelled that incorrectly. Sequel did James Wan not direct? Make sure to comment. Let me know if you do know what the answer might be. So here is that question again. I actually did not know. I think I've only seen the first Insidious movie, but maybe you've seen it. Maybe you've seen it even recently. Who knows? Let me see if I can dig up some more questions while you guys are thinking on it. So the first question here is right there. Make sure to comment. Let me know. Hopefully somebody... Oh no, I do like riddles, but I feel like this is going to be terrible. Okay, so the question is, which Insidious sequel did James Wan not direct? And I think I have another question lined up, but I also have multiple choice, another trivia game as well that's a little easier because it is multiple choice. It's just easier to guess. And it's weird. It's basically random facts. Okay, so the answer to this question is Insidious Chapter 3, which I didn't even watch Insidious 2, so whoops. Okay, so let's see. Let's do another one. So we have... Okay, so who directed the Grindhouse 2007 fake trailer for Thanksgiving? So let me write this one down for you. So again, this is actually from the Trivial Pursuit Horror Giant Ultimate Edition. It's pretty awesome. There's a lot of questions, but they can be really, really tough. Okay, so who directed the Grindhouse 2007 fake trailer for Thanksgiving? That's the question right here. Feel free to comment. Take a guess. It's okay to be wrong. I would be wrong 100%. I'll wait a few more seconds and then we'll move on to a different question. Hopefully I can find... Oh, wait. Ooh. Okay, this one's not... Okay, this question isn't too bad. That one should be easy. All right, so who directed the Grindhouse fake trailer for Thanksgiving? I'll give it a few more seconds and then hopefully somebody comments. All right, so the person who directed the Grindhouse fake trailer for Thanksgiving is Eli Roth. I would not have gotten that correct. Okay, so the next question is, who directed The Cabin in the Woods from 2012? Who directed The Cabin in the Woods from 2012? If Nate was here, he would be all over this. So we'll give it a few seconds because there is a little bit of a delay for Amazon. So who directed The Cabin in the Woods from 2012? I don't think I've actually heard of this guy before. I'm going to look him up real fast so that I can relay to you who it... Oh, what? Okay. Wow. Okay, so the person who actually directed Cabin in the Woods is Drew Goddard, and it looks like he did The Martian, Cloverfield, some fairly big stuff, X-Force, but I've never heard of him before, which is kind of embarrassing. Okay, my next question is, what mutated insects threaten humanity in Them? Is it bees, ants, worms, or spiders? So let me post this up here real fast. Got to type it up. This is from 1954. So bees, ants, worms, or spiders? The question is down here. And then I'll probably do a few more, a few more questions from this Trivial Pursuit game. And then we will move on to the other multiple choice trivia game because it's a lot easier. it definitely isn't as crazy. I also have ordered other trivia games that we can play every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So that's something to be really excited about. All right. So the question is, what mutated insects threaten humanity in the movie Them from 1954? Is it bees, ants, worms, or spiders? And I'm not sure which one would be worse. I'll give it a few more seconds so people can maybe catch up, and then we'll move on. Oh my goodness. There are so many crazy questions. Okay, so the answer to this question is ants. So that is what was threatening humanity. I'll do one more from this one, and then we will move on. Okay, so on what United Kingdom studio was The Descent filmed? This one's tough. Here we go. Let me edit this. On what United Kingdom studio was The Descent from 2005 filmed? I will, if somebody can answer this, I will be floored. You'd really have to know your stuff for sure. And I'll give it a few seconds and we'll wrap this up and I'll give you guys the multiple choice trivia questions. On what UK studio was The Descent filmed? All right, I'm going to reveal the answer. So it is Pinewood Studios. I don't know. Before we move on, let me look them up real fast. Pinewood Studios. Well, of course I don't get any information besides where they are. Okay, cool. So let's move on to our next questions and let me find this in the carousel real fast. So this is called Ridley's Bizarre Facts Trivia. It's really cool. There's a lot of really interesting questions in here. So let me ask you the first question. What color is the sunset on Mars? Is it A, red, B, green, C, blue, or D, orange? I'll write this down so you guys can actually see what I'm saying. And then, at least it's multiple choice. You'll be right probably 25% of the time, or a quarter of the time you might get it right. So definitely give it a shot. So the options that you have are red, green, blue, or orange. So what color is the sunset on Mars? I have never even thought about that, to be honest. So this is a cool question. And this is only $12 on Amazon right now. So it's pretty affordable. It's fun. You just want to have like some random games at your table so everybody can enjoy it. All right. So a few more seconds. Let me refresh my feed. Okay. So here are your options. Is it A, red, B, green, C, blue, or D, orange? Just give it a guess. No shame if you get it wrong. Okay, so I am going to reveal the answer now. So the color is actually blue. Isn't that wild? That's such a cool thing. So blue sunsets on Mars. All right, so let's do a different question here. Okay, what type of fruit is a northern spy? Is it A, cherry, B, apple, C, tomato, or D, a pear? So what type of fruit is a northern spy? I'm going to have to look this stuff up and figure out why they call it certain things. All right. So question is right here. I will repeat your options for answers, multiple choice, easy to just guess. So is it A, cherry, B, an apple, C, a tomato, or D, a pear? I will repeat the answers, the options one more time, and then we'll move on to our next question. Is it A, cherry, B, an apple, C, a tomato, or D, a pear? And I'll wait a few seconds just so that Amazon can catch up a little bit. It's quiet today. All right. So our answer here is apple. So this is an interesting game because you can actually divide this up and make it easier. So if there's some really, really tough questions in here, you could only provide just apple or pear if you wanted to. So pear would be like, it's kind of close to it. So I do like this game where there's a lot of variability. You can kind of do whatever you want. You don't even need to provide answers at all for people. So that's really fun. All right, let's do our next question. I actually have been working on this myself. So electorophobia is the fear of what? Is it A, elephants, B, lizards, C, chickens, or D, worms? Let me write this down because I might have said this incorrectly. So electorophobia is the fear of what? Is it elephants, lizards, chickens, or worms? This is an interesting question. I don't think I would have actually guessed this correctly just because it doesn't, the Latin root does not seem to fit. But I also just didn't know the Latin root of this particular word. So definitely write down your answers in the comment section. Let me know what you think. So our options are A, elephants, B, lizards, C, chickens, or D, worms. I was working on this particular fear myself. I definitely had some problems with this particular animal for a really long time. Now I think they're growing on me. So that's one thing. All right, I'm gonna reveal the secret answer to you, and I'll do it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, the answer is chickens. So electorophobia is the fear of chickens. All right. This is actually really funny. Okay, our next question here. Which organization was initially called Backrub? Is it A, Google, B, Microsoft, C, Apple, or D, Facebook? So let me write that down for you. Which organization was initially called Backrub? This is terrible. I don't know who decided that that was even a good name at all for this ad. Just I don't know. So I'll give Amazon a few seconds to kind of catch up a little bit. And hopefully somebody will pop in, have an answer. All right, so I'll repeat the potential answers one more time. Is it A, Google, B, Microsoft, D, Apple, or C, Apple, or D, Facebook? I'm really hoping somebody will pop in and answer some of these for me. I don't know if I would have gotten this question right. It's really obscure. So the answer to this question is Google. So Google was initially called Backrub. I do not know why they thought that was a great idea, but whatever. I didn't discover Google. Okay, so here's our next question. What keeps your bath water warmer for longer? Okay, so is it A, bath salts, B, cast iron, C, soap bubbles, or D, splashing? Let me write this one down. This is kind of interesting. I never really thought about this. It makes sense if you think about it. All right, let me read to you guys the answers and I'll give you guys a few seconds to kind of think about it. So, is it A, bath salts, B, a cast iron, so basically a cast iron bathtub, C, soap bubbles, or D, splashing? So, let's see what people say. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll probably read the options, the multiple choice again in a few seconds, give you guys some time to think about it. Those who have just joined. Philip, thank you, Lord, you're here. Hello. Okay, so Philip says B. Let me repeat the answers one more time. So is it bath salts, a cast iron, soap bubbles, or splashing? No, you're fine. I understand. We're hopefully we'll get in the habit of doing this long enough where it'll just be like, "Oh yeah, it's Friday trivia day. Hooray." So, Philip says cast iron B. I'm excited to see what other people are going to say. I'll give it a few more seconds and then I'll ask another question. Oh my God, this is a wild question. The next one. Okay, so it turns out, Philip, you are incorrect. It's actually soap bubbles. So cast iron would be, I think, a really great answer, especially like a giant bathtub. You would think that it would either get colder faster because it's exposed, or it would keep everything warm. So soap bubbles actually keep your bath warmer for longer. All right, so the next question, this one's weird. Whose used pregnancy test was taken from her hotel room and sold on eBay? Oh God, people are so weird. So is it A, Angelina Jolie, B, Britney Spears, C, Kate Winslet, or D, Mariah Carey? Whose used pregnancy test was taken from their hotel room and sold on eBay? I feel like I would have known about this. I grew up in this period of time, so all right, so it's multiple choice for those of you that just joined me today. Philip says Britney Spears, B. So here are your options. Is it A, Angelina Jolie? And the question is right here, by the way. Is it Britney Spears, B, C, Kate Winslet, or D, Mariah Carey? And I'll give you guys a few seconds to think about it. Philip is on top of it today, but no surprise, he's always on top of it. Let me find the next question that we're going to do. I feel like this one's not weird. It's kind of, I'm just throwing this question at you. So one more time, whose used pregnancy test was taken from her hotel room and sold on eBay? Angelina Jolie, Britney Spears, Kate Winslet, or Mariah Carey? And we will do the countdown now. Ooh, this one's fun. All right, Philip, you are totally on top of it today. It is Britney Spears, which is wild. I do not know why I did not know about that question. That is, did you actually know what it was, or did you take a guess at it? Okay, let me read off the next question. I was going to say, I'm really impressed if you did know. The next question is, what does the Q in Q-tips stand for? So, is it quality, quick, quizzical, or quiet? Let me get this up. So Philip says A. So what does the Q and Q-tip stand for? Quality, quick, quizzical, or quiet? Philip is fast. So I'll just wait a few seconds because it's a little slow today. It's kind of a little dragging. I think it might be this week. At least it has been for me. I don't know about you, Philip, but this week has been like, oh, so tiring. At least I get really tired. All right, one more time. Is it quality, quick, quizzical, or quiet? Philip says quality. And I would agree. Quality makes the most sense. And Philip, you are absolutely correct. It is quality. I can't see it being quizzical. I think that's a really random. I would say quick. I don't even know why quizzical was the other option. Quizzical tips? What does that even mean? Ooh, this is an interesting question. What color is the solid form of oxygen? Is it A, red, B, green, C, yellow, or D, blue? So let me write this down. What color is the solid form of oxygen? Ah, that's such a cool. I like these sciencey questions that they have going on. So is it red, green, yellow, or blue? I don't know if I would have gotten this one right. All right, Philip says red. So I'll wait for you guys, the rest of you over on Amazon, to contribute to this awesome conversation. There was a cool question earlier about what color the sunset is on Mars. And that one I would not have guessed correctly, which is that one was a cool question. All right, I'll repeat this question. What color is the solid form of oxygen? Is it red, green, yellow, or blue? The answer to the Mars one was blue, believe it or not. So the sunset on Mars is blue. That'd be beautiful if you think about it, like the beautiful red landscapes and then a beautiful blue sunset. Like, oh, that's super cool. Okay, so the answer to this one is also blue. Everything is blue. So the solid form of oxygen is blue. So very cool. All right, so here's the next one. Oh my God, weird. Okay, so which part of the human body does not have a blood supply? Is it A, a kneecap, B, an earlobe, C, fingernails, or D, a cornea? So let me write this one down. This is kind of wild. My alarm always goes off. Okay, which part of the human body, so human body, does not have a blood supply? Wow, that's that's so freaking weird. Okay, is it A, a kneecap, B, an earlobe, C, fingernails, or D, a cornea? Hello, Sean. Welcome to our trivia day. So Philip says a cornea and Sean says a kneecap. So we have two opposing answers. I'll give this a few more seconds and then I'll reveal the answer to you guys. That one's kind of wild. And I don't think I would have gotten this one right. Oh, hello, Abby. Nice to see you too. So Abby says fingernails. And I think that's actually what I would have guessed as well. I don't know. That's just the thought of having a blood supply in your fingernails really wigs me out. I don't know. Okay. So the answer is, Philip, you are correct. It is your cornea. So the cornea does not have a blood supply. What? That is not what I would have guessed. Okay. Oh my God, this is adorable. So this isn't as grotesque or bad or whatever. What is a group of pugs called? Is it a grumbling, a whining, a moan, or a complaint? So let me write this one down. And then it'll be revealed here. Here we go. This is super cute. So what is a group of pugs called? Is it a grumbling, a whining, a moan, or a complaint? I would have wished it was a complaint because that would have been hilarious. But just because I want it to be that way doesn't mean it is so. So Sean says a grumbling, and everybody says a grumbling. Okay, perfect. Let me give you guys a few seconds because Amazon is a little slow. So maybe other people will start picking up on the trivia game. Apparently 2:30 is when things start rocking. So maybe I need to change this to 2:30 every Friday. Speaking of trivia games, we are streaming trivia games every single Friday at 2 p.m. So if you're interested, make sure to come and join us on our live stream. We do like to do these. I've just bought a whole bunch of new ones too, so we won't run out of questions anytime soon. Okay, so a group of pugs is called a grumbling, and it's so cute. Oh, yes, sorry. Thank you, Sean, for reiterating that. It's Pacific time, so hopefully that works. I'm hoping that's kind of like barely before dinner time on the east side. It's also kind of like maybe a little after work or close to that on the Pacific. So I don't know, or a break time. But yeah, come join us whenever you can. We'd love to see you, of course. Okay, so here's our next question. Oh my God, this is fun. Which singer believes that cities beginning with the letter M bring him bad luck? God. Is it A, Bono, B, Steven Tyler, C, Brandon Flowers, or D, Axl Rose? Let me write this one down because this one's weird. Which singer believes that cities beginning with the letter M bring him bad luck? All right, so Sean says Tyler. That was super fast. So I'll wait for Abby and Philip for sure, but we'll see if anybody else wants to pop on by. And I probably also would have said Steven Tyler. He just seems like somebody who would have been like super suspicious of everything. He seems really superstitious in general. So Philip says Bono. So we'll see if Abby's still here. I'll give it a few seconds. So let me repeat the artists again. So is it A, Bono, B, Steven Tyler, C, Brandon Flowers, or D, Axl Rose? They're all kind of weird. So it wouldn't really surprise me in any way, I think. All right, so Abby says D, Axl Rose. And Abby is correct. It is Axl Rose. So if you live in a city that starts with an M, he probably will never play over there. Or he'll just like screw up because he's in his head so much. Okay, so let's see. Oh my God, I can't pronounce that. So let's see. Okay, so this is what this one says. What type of animal is a blue dragon nudibranch? I'll write this down. Is it A, lizard, B, a sea slug, C, a toad, or D, an earthworm? So what type of animal is a blue dragon nudibranch? I'm not kidding. It's not. Thank you for the follow, Abby. Now, if you do follow us, you will be notified anytime we go live, and you'll see a scheduled post as well. I usually try to get it scheduled up right away, so you'll at least know, and you'll get reminders too if you are interested. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so Philip says an earthworm. Let me repeat the options for you guys. Is it a lizard, a sea slug, a toad, or an earthworm? So Sean says slug, and then Abby says toad. I love it when everybody guesses something different. It's really fun. Out of curiosity, what made you guys decide to choose the answers that you did choose? And I will reveal the answer. So the answer is a sea slug. So Sean is totally correct. Oh, Sean, you cheated. Well, at least you admitted it. I didn't even have to pry that hard. I was just like, hey, what you doing? I cheated. Okay, let me do the next one. Whoa, okay. This is interesting. NASA studied the blood vessels in which animals' legs to evolve better spacesuits. Is it A, a giraffe, B, a rhino, C, an antelope, or D, an elephant? It's so interesting what we decide to do for science. Okay, so NASA studied the blood vessels in which animals' legs to evolve better spacesuits. Sean, I hope you didn't cheat this time. Well, I know you didn't cheat because you got it wrong. Hey, okay, so Philip says giraffe because of gravity, long legs, etc. I think that's pretty sound logic. So, yeah, Philip, you are absolutely correct. So it is a giraffe. I feel like that almost is a trick question because I would think that you would automatically want to say giraffe because legs, but then it's like, but is it the obvious answer? Is it not the obvious answer? That's how my brain would have gone. Okay, ooh, this is interesting. What was on board the UK submarines HMS Trident for 6 weeks during World War II? Is it A, a peacock, B, a reindeer, C, a dolphin, or D, a bear? Oh, man. What was on board the UK submarine HMS Trident for 6 weeks during World War II? I wonder how that even happened. Did they grab it and call it a day? They were like, okay, you're going to be here now. So I'll repeat the answers again. Is it a bear, a reindeer, a dolphin? Oh, wait. Sorry, I think I said bear on accident, but I meant to say peacock. So peacock, reindeer, dolphin, or a bear. So Sean says a bear. I hope I didn't confuse you. I might have. Oops. So Philip says a reindeer. So we've got 2 different answers. I wonder what Abby's going to say. And for those of you that just joined us over on Amazon Live, feel free to comment, put in your answer. I guess, it's the fun of trivia. You don't always have to be right. I'll give it a few more seconds and then I will reveal the secret answer. Abby says a peacock. All right, so Philip, you are correct. Again, it is a reindeer. I'm wondering how that even happened. I wonder if it was a mistake that it just kind of jumped on the submarine and somehow got inside. That would be super wild. Okay. What did Facebook engineers originally want to call the like button? Is it A, the amazing button, B, the love button, C, the outstanding button, or D, the awesome button? So I'll rewrite this out. What did Facebook engineers originally want to call the like button? I'm kind of glad they did call it the like button, but I would be totally fine with this other option. So is it A, the amazing button, the love button, the outstanding button, or the awesome button? So Sean said they were delivering the reindeer to the North Pole. What? I wonder why. It's like, oh, lost reindeer, let's deliver it. That's very nice of them. Okay, so Sean says the awesome button, Philip says the love button, and Abby also says the love button. And Sean is correct. It is the awesome button. They kind of did make a love button after the fact, though. We do have technically a love button. Okay, so let's see what other questions we've got. I don't want to repeat. Oh, interesting. Okay, here's one. In an early stage version of The Wizard of Oz, which animal replaced Toto? Is it a cow, B, a cat, C, a pig, or D, a mule? In an early stage version of The Wizard of Oz, which animal, oh my goodness, I can spell, animal replaced Toto? Okay, so Sean says a pig. Abby and Philip both say cats. I'll give it a few more seconds in case somebody else would like to answer. Feel free to answer if you are joining us on Amazon Live. The options here are A, a cow, B, a cat, C, a pig, or D, a mule. The movie would have been absolutely different with any of those animals. And it would have been fun. I actually think it should have been this animal because that would have been it would have been hilarious. Okay, so we have some answers from everybody that have already given us answers before. So the answer actually is a cow. A cow would have been the replacement for Toto. And that would have been hilarious. I can actually imagine that, and I'm very happy about it. Okay. I don't know anything about this. I feel like we're on a dog thing now. What was the name of Abraham Lincoln's dog? Was it A, Spot, B, Fido, C, Patch, or D, Rover? I think I've seen a couple Abraham Lincoln questions in this deck in particular. Super random. Okay, so the answers again are Spot, Fido, Patch, or Rover. So, oh goodness, I'm so sorry, Abby. Are you saying Rover? I'm assuming you are. So Sean says Spot, and Philip says Fido, and I think Abby's saying, okay, perfect. I was seeing yours, your answers right, kind of one after the other, and I was like, oh crap. Okay, so you guys are super fast. I'm impressed. Okay, so the name of Abraham Lincoln's dog, I'll just go over it one more time because we have a few more people have joined. Is it Spot, Fido, Patch, or Rover? So we have I think everybody has picked a different answer. So we have Spot, Fido, and Rover have been answered. Not like you can't double answer or anything. So, Philip, you are correct. Yet again, it was Fido. Okay, I didn't think any of these were permitted. So this is an interesting question in case you were ever hauling this around on an aircraft. Sean says Latin for faithful. Okay, that makes sense. That makes you guys are very smart. I would have just thought dog name. Oh god. Okay, so here's our next question. Which element is not permitted on an aircraft? Is it A, lithium, B, selenium, C, mercury, or D, lead? So which element is not permitted on an aircraft? Yeah, I feel like this question is a little crazy because I don't feel like any of those things should be on an aircraft. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really see any of those really being permitted on an aircraft. Maybe selenium. All right, so Abby says lead, and Sean and Philip both say lithium. So it's actually mercury. So mercury is not permitted on an aircraft. Yes, you are actually, Philip, you are totally right. Everyone's phones do have lithium and they are allowed. I didn't even think of that either. But, there's probably a workaround for a lot of these. Although they don't really do mercury thermometers anymore. So I would imagine those are not allowed. Okay. So next question. What is the term for a group of lemurs? Is it A, a conspiracy, B, an equation, C, a calamity, or D, a muddle? Let me write this one down. It's adorable. Okay, so what is the term for a group of lemurs? Is it A, a conspiracy, B, an equation, C, a calamity, or D, a muddle? So Sean and Abby both say a calamity. And then Philip says a conspiracy. I'm sorry. I need to know why they decided to give that term to a group of lemurs. So Philip, again, you are correct. It is a conspiracy, but I really want to know why it's called a conspiracy. A calamity is also hysterical. The whole thing is funny. Okay, next question. Let me try to find one that's oh, there's so many animal questions. This one's kind of fun. Which type of animal, whoopsies. Okay, so which type of animal forms the largest annual migration of mammals on Earth? Is it A caribou, B, wildebeest, C, lemmings, or D, bats? So let me write this one down. What type of animal forms the largest annual migration of mammals? I like that it says on Earth. Where else? Okay, so Sean says caribou, and Abby says bats, and Philip says a wildebeest. I'm curious what the thought process is for all of you on your answers. I think it's interesting. Everybody decided different things. And a guess is perfectly fine. I understand. I don't know if I would have guessed this correctly. Okay, so Philip says Africa, untouched wilderness. Sean says it's a guess. I totally understand. So the answer is I don't know any of the other animals. That's okay, Abby. So the answer is bats, Abby. So you got it totally correct. That's so interesting. I guess it makes sense because they fly. Because caribou do not fly. And there's so many different kinds of bats. It's a really generic mammal, versus a wildebeest is a wildebeest versus a bat there's so many kinds of bats. Okay. You live near Bat City? What's Bat City? Okay. Oh my God. Okay, this is an interesting one. I don't know if any of you guys have it's fine. I honestly, Sean, Gotham was my first thought, and then I was like, nah, I can't be super nerdy. New York, Gotham, whatever. I didn't think bats migrated either. I thought that, you know, if it was migration, it was pretty small, but I guess I'm gonna have to look it up. And I did not know that Austin was Bat City. There's not a lot of reasons why I'd go visit Texas, but maybe that is one reason why I would go see Texas's bats. I had no idea that Austin had a ton of bats. Are they big bats or are they like the really cute tiny bats? Okay, I promise I'm going to get onto this. Oh my God, that's really cool. Okay, I did not know that about Austin, Texas. And fruit bats are really cute. Okay, I promise I'm moving on. So if you guys have watched Mythbusters, you might be familiar with this whole thing that they did. In the TV series Mythbusters, a standard household vacuum cleaner lifted what? Is it A, a dog, B, a bathtub, C, a refrigerator, or D, a car? Where are you guys getting a bowling ball? Is this what is your touristy thing is called in Austin, is a bowling ball? Or was that or are you guys both Mythbusters fans and you're like, oh, they always use a bowling ball? I have a friend who really, she used to just fall asleep to Mythbusters. I love that you both said bowling ball, but that wasn't even an option on the card, which was hilarious. Okay, so here are the options. Again, sorry, I got a little detoured. I want to go see the bats in Austin. Okay, so is it A, a dog, B, a bathtub, C, a refrigerator, or D, a car? So Sean says a car, and Philip says a fridge. Honestly, this particular, this is, we can get into some of the nuances here. And Abby says a refrigerator. Okay, so the answer is a car. So I would assume that that means it could lift everything else. So I feel like this is a bit of a trick question. But since they did a test on the Mythbusters episode, they want us to be very... Okay. Oh, this is a very... Okay, if you're into geography, maybe you'll get this one correct. And I forgot to type out this other... I forgot to type out the previous question. Okay, next question. Every continent except for Antarctica has a city called what? Is it A, Paris, B, York, C, Rome or Roma, or D, Seville? Seville. So every continent except Antarctica, oh my God, get this correct, has a city called what? Okay. So Abby says Seville. Sean says Rome. And then Philip says Paris. So again, just a reminder for those of you who haven't contributed to the conversation, feel free to. We're just having fun guessing random things, honestly. So the answer is Rome, or Roma. So a variation of Rome. And I'm trying to think. I'm sure there is something like that in the United States. I just can't think of it offhand. I guess it is a fairly common name, but I'm still not thinking like Paris. Is there a Paris something in the United States? You know, I'd like to know. Okay, next question. Ooh, okay. Oh, I think I actually remember this. Paris, no way. I guess Texas is so big. Texas has everything. Okay. What country was put up for sale on eBay in 2006? Is it A, Malawi, B, New Zealand, C, Bolivia, or D, Malaysia? Why does Texas have a Roma, a Paris, and a Moscow? Oh my God. That is hilarious. Are you guys, have you lived in Texas all of your life, or did you guys move there? You don't have to answer that question, by the way. I know that might be a little personal, but now I'm like really curious about Texas. My husband has to go there for work sometimes, and sometimes he'll shoot pictures of the food or talk about it, and I'm just like, oh, the food sounds excellent. 1982. And then Philip, you've lived there like all of your life. Wow, that's really cool. Okay, sorry. Here are the answers to, sorry, here's the question, which I still haven't typed in here. I got distracted. ADHD. What country was put up for sale on eBay in 2006? Was it Malawi, New Zealand, Bolivia, or Malaysia? I'll repeat those again in a few seconds as well. So Sean and Philip both say Malawi, and then Abby says New Zealand. You guys are just like bam, bam, bam on it super fast. I actually think I remember this happening. And I just remember this news thing about it. And I was like, why? Because Lord of the Rings was big during that time. So it is New Zealand is the answer. So good job, Abby. You got it. I think I actually do remember that whole, it was kind of ridiculous. I mean, of course it was ridiculous, but okay. This is weird. What is the plural of cul-de-sac? Is it cul-de-sac or B, cul-des-sacs? Is it cols de sac or is it cols des sacs? Oh my God, that's terrible. I hate that. Who even knows this question? Just out of curiosity, just is like, I know what this is. I would not know. Oh, that's hard. Okay, so what is the plural of cul-de-sac? And I suppose I will go through all of these yet again, even though I hate it. Is it A, cul-de-sac? B, cul-des-sacs? Is it C, cols-de-sac? Or is it D, cols-des-sacs? Oh my God. Why is English so ridiculous? Why does it have to be this way? Okay, so Sean says cols des sacs. Is it French? I don't know. It's crap though. I hate it. Abby says also the cols de sacs, and then Philip says cols de sac. And Philip, you are very correct. Did you know this answer? Just out of curiosity, you're like, oh man, I use that term all the time. I go to multiple cols de sac. Cols de sac. I hate that. That doesn't make sense. I'm not happy with that question. Oh, maybe you guys might know this, especially if you guys enjoy, wow, the name just slipped out of my brain. You guys will know. You're from Texas. What is the profession of both Jack Black's parents? Let me type this in. So what is the profession of both of Jack Black's parents? Is it A, stand-up comedian, B, nuclear physicist, C, firefighter, or D, rocket scientist? Oh, Sean, you worked for NASA? What did you do at NASA? That's pretty amazing. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that you did too. I was like, what? Jeez. Okay. So Philip and Sean both say rocket scientists. And I don't think Abby even had a chance to answer. So I'll give her a few seconds. And if you are just joining us on this trivia game, feel free to chip in. No shame in getting this wrong or right. We're just goofing off, honestly. It's fun. Okay, I know this one. Maybe not a lot of people know this one. Okay, so Sean and Philip said rocket scientist. Your other options were stand-up comedian, nuclear physicist, or a firefighter. So what is the profession of both Jack Black's parents? And I'll give it a few more seconds and then we'll answer. Well, I'll give you the answer and then we'll do like 2 more of these and we'll wrap it up for today. All right. Few more seconds to me has passed. It is correct, Philip and Sean. It is a rocket scientist. Good job, you two. I guess good job, mostly Sean, because he did it. Okay. So, which of the following is a town in Norway? Is it A, heaven, B, hell, C, devil, or D, utopia? Let me write this down. Which of the following is a town in Norway? I guess everybody might know this one, but maybe not. So is it A, heaven, B, hell, C, devil, D, utopia? So Sean and Philip both say hell. I'll give it a few seconds. Maybe Abby left. Abby says utopia. All right. Ooh, that's weird. Okay, so which of the following is a town in Norway? Heaven, hell, devil, or utopia? And the answer is hell. Good job, Philip and Sean. You guys are on fire today. Actually, good job, everybody. Some of these questions are really, really, really tough. Okay, my final question of today is bubble wrap was originally sold as what? Is it A, insulation, B, bedding, C, fabric lining, or D, wallpaper? Let me write this one down. Bubble wrap was originally sold as what? Oh, that's not the right thing. Whoopsies. Too many little tickers on this thing. Here we go. Okay, Sean says Jack Black's mom worked on a system that helped save Apollo 13. That's wild. I did not know that. Okay, so Sean and Abby both say insulation, which that honestly does make a lot of sense. We'll see what Philip says. If Philip is still around. Who knows? He might have disappeared to the void in Austin, Texas. All right. Let me repeat the answers again. Is it A, insulation, B, bedding, C, fabric lining, D, wallpaper? The bats got him. No, I just wasn't doing my due diligence and actually repeating the question or the answers because it's Friday. I just forgot. It's what happens on Fridays. Insulation, bedding, fabric lining, or wallpaper. So all of you guys say A, insulation. And I am afraid that that is incorrect. So what else would you guys have guessed if it was because it's not insulation? I'll give you guys one more try. So is it bedding, fabric lining, or wallpaper? This is a really interesting question. I kind of want to look this up. Okay, so Abby and Sean both say wallpaper. See what Philip might say. So this apparently was conceived in 1957. So Philip says fabric lining. In fact, Abby and Sean, you guys are correct. It is wallpaper. So apparently it was conceived as 3D wallpaper. Isn't that that's pretty fun. I know that if I had bubble wrap as wallpaper, that wallpaper would be gone. I would have destroyed it, just popping every single one. It would be totally destroyed. So that was a terrible idea. So apparently it was a way to give houses some form of decor. Weird. And it said they sealed 2 shower curtains together, trapping pockets of air inside. So now we learned something new today. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I do live stream Fridays, every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully you can join me. You know, we're going to do more than just these. I ordered a bunch of other trivia games, but this one's really fun because it's, you know, it's pretty random. We do have horror trivia as well, but sometimes that picks up, sometimes it doesn't. So hopefully I'll see you guys next week. And have a great weekend, you guys. Yeah, enjoy. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for doing this with me.